Wish we could pause somehow. This long life without you.
Hey chat, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. It's a Tuesday today, and we're getting close to not only the daily candle close, but also the 3-day close will be happening in less than 16 minutes, chat. One second. Is the audio good? I think it is. All right, and we're rolling. So as I was just saying, you can see the title of today's stream. It says strong Bitcoin bounce, BTC bouncing hard. Are we safe? And look at today's candle, man. Nice bullish pin bar, about to close on a 1.4 gain today on BTC. Still below support here, which could be turning to potentially resistance. But I'm gonna say that I like today's price action. At some point, you went as low as 81.4k, and then now bouncing nicely up to 87.3k. As I was just saying, up 1.3% today, chat. Welcome everyone to the stream. Remember to click on that like button. You guys have been a little bit lazy the past few streams on the like button. So if you're rewatching this or if you're watching live, please click on that like button, that heart button on Twitter, that retweet button. You know, so you can help me with the growth of the channel. Today we're gonna be looking at the daily close and the 3-day, which is happening in less than 15 minutes. Chat. Let's see the daily first. So the daily here, you're losing that negative momentum on the MACD, and you're at 41 on the RSI. So you're also getting out of the bearish control zone here on the RSI after this carnage this past week. We were seeing the fear and greed index on the past streams. We saw it came to pretty extreme levels. I think as low as it went, it was at around 10. And then we had that announcement on Sunday from Trump that he will be creating a strategic reserve for cryptocurrencies, not only BTC, also for Ethereum, Solana, XRP, and ADA. And that sent us on this massive short squeeze on Sunday, on an illiquid Sunday. Let me turn on the volume and also the 200 moving average. So we also tested the 200 moving average as support today after that announcement from Trump on Sunday. Then we sold off yesterday, sold off a little bit heavier, a little bit deeper today, but now we're having that nice recovery. So will the 200 moving average hold the support today, Chad? And also, if we're able to hold here this low and get back above 90k, we have a nice argument of a hidden bullish divergence starting to develop here, both on the MACD right here, both on the MACD histogram and on the RSI oscillator regarding this drop. Actually, never mind, Chad. It's actually bullish convergence. I mean, it's bearish convergence if we actually bounce here. But yeah, this 200 moving average confluence looks decent. This potential confirmation low here on the RSI, I mean on price, also starting to look somewhat decent too. Want to look at the fear and greed index. So it's at 15 today. As I told you, yesterday, I mean last week, this indicator is sometime lagging. So this is showing the sentiment from yesterday, which was pretty extreme, at extreme fear. So I reckon tomorrow it'll be showing today's sentiment, which at some point was pretty bad, but now I think it's getting better. since we're gonna be closing on a green daily candle. So yeah, extreme price action and on a 22% dip. I think I like it, Chad. I think I have a hunch that we're at range lows. I'm not saying that we're gonna bounce here and go straight into all-time highs. Maybe we go to range highs and start to create somewhat of a range similar to what we did last year. But I don't think we're gonna head down on a straight line, especially if you look at what happened last week and the weekend before that one when we started selling off. I think that at some point we might have locally bottomed. Is my bias right now. Let's see the 3-day close, which also will be closing green, chat. It's going to be closing up 1.5% after this bullish hammer, you know, on the previous 3-day close. And also it's interesting, chat, here. You've been printing negative momentum for a good amount of time. Actually, for the last 25 bars and 75 days, you've been printing negative momentum. For the entirety of 2025, you basically started printing negative momentum on December 17, and you have not stopped ever since. And if you go back in time, chat, if you go back into the histogram here, you'll see that the last time that we printed negative momentum for so long was basically on the beginning of the bear market here, on this strong sell-off right here, was when you printed that amount of negative momentum. And I think we might even print for longer because we have not stopped, you know, printing it. So far, you're losing negative momentum on this 3-day close, which is good, but that's not it's not a pass, or it's not a certainty that we're gonna stop printing negative momentum and go into neutral immediately from now. But given the fact that we've been printing the most amount of negative momentum on the 3-day time frame since 2020, since early 2022, I do think that we might be coming soon into somewhat of a local bottom within this week or potentially this weekend. If you can see, the thumbnail for today's stream is somewhat of a crypto ceremony, a crypto ball, a crypto party, you know, a formal party. Reflecting what's about to happen on Friday for Crypto Summit. You know, Trump's Crypto Summit will be happening on this Friday, and Michael Saylor already announced that he'll be going. So, yeah, maybe this is somewhat of a bottom. If you turn on the Bollinger Bands, you're also back inside of the bands, closing the 3-day back inside of the bands. That's always something that you want to see. Here on the RSI, you are at 42, so getting out of the bearish control zone, thankfully. Hold on one second, chat. All right, to change the song since it was on repeat. So this 3-day time frame close is actually quite decent, I'm gonna say. The fact that you have 2 consecutive, you know, green candles doesn't imply the bottom's in. But it's definitely starting to give us some sort of, you know, hope or hopium that we might see a bounce on the next few weeks on this market, which has been pretty beat down for the past month. So yeah, that's the 3-day on BTC. I think a chart that's interesting right now is let's see when the 9-day closes though. It's closing today too. Oh my god, it's interesting. So it's not only the 3-day close but also the 9-day close, chat. And we were wondering, we've been watching here this 9-day time frame for a long time now, for months, since we had this compression and volatility implying a potential breakout was coming, since market participants tried to have a breakdown twice on this compression volatility. They failed, and then ultimately we had that resolution, but to the upside. And we've been saying that you had a lot of consecutive 9-day closes outside of the Bollinger Bands, and when you get that close back inside of the bands, that's usually when the party's over for some time. And that's actually what happened, right? You had you know, sideways price action, and then ultimately you had this somewhat of a breakdown going into lowest 9-day close since November 2nd, You're printing strong negative momentum on the MACD histogram. You're at 53 on the RSI. So the 9-day is not giving me much signal than the fact that you're holding this moving average of the Bollinger Bands as support, chat. Look at the absorption below the moving average here. So maybe that could be somewhat of a signal that on the 9-day we could set up a bottom here, or maybe not. But it's interesting that we have the 9-day close today too. So let's go see USDT dominance, which I think, oh, look at that here. Didn't see this. You're going for a buy signal on my custom indicator. Pull up a cleaner chart. You have a buy signal there on my custom Bollinger Band indicator. You know, today will be confirmed in less than 6 minutes, chat. Closing above the 200 moving average too. So that's nice. But I want to talk about USDT dominance. USDT dominance is down 1.4%, almost 1.5%. Potentially creating somewhat of a confirmation high here after this buying climax a few days ago. And still below 5.2%, but above 4.85. So the daily looks somewhat interesting. You're losing that positive momentum in the MACD histogram. You have somewhat of this confirmation high above here. But I want to see the 3-day time frame. Look at this 3-day time frame close. This is also nice, chat. You have a bearish pin bar, a bearish hammer on the previous 3-day close, and now you're catching follow through to that close in less than 5 minutes, chat. Right? Look at that. I know that you have this somewhat of a Darth Maul candle both to the upside and to the downside, but given the confluence of the previous 3-day close, I'm leaning towards downside here on the 3-day time frame on USD dominance. Also, you're getting back inside of the bands. You have this compression, you have this breakout, but the breakout failed to have any follow through. Look at the previous 3-day close. Did not manage to actually continue ripping after this breakout, and as for now, we're getting back inside of the bands, and potentially that could create some relief on the crypto markets. Not saying that this will, I don't know, nuke, you know, BTC. I mean, will nuke USD dominance and propel BTC into all-time highs, but I'm saying that this could actually give somewhat of a relief on BTC and potentially some altcoins. And if you look at here on the MACD histogram, you're losing that positive momentum. You're at 63 on the RSI. And let me tell you this, Chad. If actually we start to trend down or lower here on USD dominance, you're creating a nice hidden bearish divergence on the MACD histogram and the RSI here, where you have a lower high on price, but a higher high on the MACD histogram, implying potential continuation of the current trend. And the current trend so far has been a downtrend. You can see that on the past year or so. I know that this was a low sweep, but this was actually a lower low regarding this previous low. Almost to a T, but it was actually a lower low. So starting to look a little bit more, you know, relieving, or basically providing somewhat of a little bit of hopium to our backs here on USD dominance on the 3-day. Let's pull out the 9-day. So the 9-day is catching follow through to the previous bullish engulfing candle, going for the highest. 9-day close is October 24. You do have some sellers absorption to the upside here. You're printing strong positive momentum in the MACD histogram, and you are at 44 on the RSI. So the 9-day is way more concerning than the 3-day right now, because what do we have here, Chad? We have that bullish divergence argument that we talked about, both on the MACD and the RSI. So this is implying potential, you know, seller succession, and it's currently playing out. If you look at that, right? We were discussing this at the lows, the fact that 3.8% level was too strong, the fact that you had a sweep of the lows, down here, and then a confirmation low right above here on mid-January, with bullish divergence starting to manufacture on both oscillators, was not a great sign. And now we're seeing basically the consequences for that move. And I've been wondering, Chad, if this gonna be over. I think there is somewhat of a harmonic pattern that could, you know, basically graphic that, you know, went to an 786 at around, you know, 7.5%, 76 retracement from highs to lows. A bearish cipher if this is gonna actually happen. But you have to have in mind that when you have a bearish cipher like this one, it's not granted that price is gonna go to the pattern completion zone. This basically, this harmonic only makes sense once price reaches the D point, once price goes to the pattern completion zone. If it doesn't, then this is just you know, an expectation or somewhat of a doodle in the chart and nothing to be taken seriously. You know, it's just I don't know, a potential harmonic which could be developed. To look at it as a potential double bottom. Is it a double bottom yet? No. You do need the technicals. And actually, once at the D point and you get some rejection of the D point, and maybe you go for a confirmation high or a type 2 return, that's a great argument for downside. Actually, this is a bearish bad. This implies that price will trend lower. I mean, not will, but potentially could trend lower. And yeah, so it's not as useful as using it to the upside, but yeah, just letting you guys know. So daily just closed, 3-day 2, 9-day 2, chat. Let's go see what's been going on. So you had that 9-day close on USD dominance above the moving average on the Bollinger Bands, and yeah, don't have much signal on the bands, but that definitely, you know, that bullish divergence is real. So we're now wondering, Chad, is USD dominance as bearish, you know, to be able to actually, you know, have in mind this potential buyer's exhaustion, I mean this potential seller's exhaustion, and yeah, and basically turn lower. Let's go see how the daily on BTC closed. It closed actually up 1.2% at around 87.1k, chat. See, so we're talking about USD dominance. I think the best argument for it is on the 3-day time frame, though. I think this close is potentially, you know, hopeful for lower prices on USD dominance. And also, chat, look at the amount of time that you've spent building, you know, positive momentum in USD dominance. It's been a long time since you have seen any negative momentum, actually, since December 14. So for the entirety of 2025, crypto has been printing negative momentum on the higher time frames. I want to talk about Bitcoin dominance here. You do have that bearish bad harmonic. Oh, look at that 3-day close, man. That 3-day bullish pin bar. It actually doesn't look that bad because you had that bearish engulfing on the previous 3-day close, and now then you had a bullish pin bar to confirm the validity of that bullish engulfing candle. Let's go to the daily first. So daily closed down 0.3% after a massive bullish engulfing candle on Monday, and I'm leaning towards bearishness on Bitcoin dominance as soon as you lose 60%, because I've been telling you guys what price has done in the past. Once it gets above 60%, you can see here, if you lose 60% or if you deviate 60%, then everything's fine, you can turn lower. But if you break 60% with strength, then you've gone way higher, usually to 70% or at least 67% in the past. So as soon as Bitcoin dominance breaks down out of 60%, then I'm bearish because of this structure, and also because of how it closed on the weekly. Look at that weekly close, bearish engulfing candle. You have the bearish divergence on the RSI. You do have bullish confluence on the MACD, but higher time frames are starting to lean towards bearishness or at least local bearishness on Bitcoin dominance, but it cannot remain bearish as long as it stays above 60% basically. So you need to see that 60% breakdown and then potentially get excited about Bitcoin dominance. Let's see the 9-day. So 9-day close, I don't know, somewhat of a nothing burger. Second highest 9-day close in the cycle. Printing strong positive momentum in the MACD. RSI is 62 on the bullish control zone. Man, this thing looks unstoppable. I wonder when it's gonna have that pullback, because it hasn't had any kind of deep pullback since it started rallying in late 2022. 2 years and 3 months of non-stop, you know, high highs and high lows on BTC dominance basically. Let's go into BTC against the SPX. Close on the green, up 2.5%. Back above, you know, the highs from November 2021, but below the former all-time high from March 2021. You don't want to see this level, you know, have a bearish retest, or this level basically be disregarded, because it would imply that basically this was just a huge, you know, all-time high sweep or deviation. It could imply that we're gonna spend time ranging back inside of the range for some more time, potentially months, chat. Potentially months. Let's go see. Oh, it's, well, I'm not gonna look at the 3-day and the 9-day. It's probably pretty similar to BTC USD. But let's go see ETH. Oh my god, man. ETH actually closed green today, up 1%, holding 2141 as support. But you went as, man, you went to 1900. You went as low as 1991, 94 on ETH today. Impressive. You're printing strong negative momentum still on the RSI. You're still on the seller's control area. You're below 40 points. Man, I didn't think I was going to have to draw more levels to the downside here on ETH, but market's basically making me do it. I would say your next logical support will be 1700 on the ETH token. Let's see the 3-day time frame. 3-day actually closed red. The third consecutive red day on the 3-day time frame. You're printing strong negative momentum in the MACD histogram. You've been printing that negative momentum since December 17, and the RSI is at 30 points, Chad. Almost oversold. Look at this, Chad. The RSI has not been as low on the 3-day time frame on ETH since September 2023. Pretty baffling. On the 9-day, let's see what's up. Oh my god, chat. Down 23% on one 9-day candle. When was the last time that we saw a 23%? It was on November 2nd, but it was to the upside. To the downside, the last time that we had a 23% candle was at the bottom on June 2022. So either the downtrend is starting to accelerate and we're gonna see way lower prices in the next few months on ETH, or we might be looking at a somewhat of a local bottom too, printing strong negative momentum in the MACD histogram once again. Jesus Christ, man. RSI at 37 on the 9-day time frame. Lowest RSI reading for the ETH token since July 2022, chat. Wow. Let's see Solana. Solana closing on the green, outperforming BTC and ETH today, up 1.5%. Printing strong positive momentum on the MACD, 40 points on the RSI. So also front running BTC on the positive momentum on the MACD. It's nice. In between two key levels, in between 122 and 170 bucks. Next logical support to the downside, it's 120, as I was just saying, and to the upside, the next closest resistance is 170 bucks. Let's go to the 3-day time frame on Solana. Oh man, barely printed a green candle, up 0.7%. Look at all the wick to the upside. Losing that negative momentum on the MACD, bearish confluence of both oscillators. The RSI, it's sitting at 35. Actually, the lowest RSI reading since 2023. See the Bollinger Bands? Getting closer, back inside of the bands. So that's decent. Let's go into the 9-day close. 9-day close today, down 13.7%. Printing strong negative momentum on the MACD. RSI at 42 still, so still above the bearish. Still neutral, not entering the bearish control zone yet on Solana. Let's go see ETH BTC chat. Man, look at that bearish engulfing candle from Monday. Down actually. Jesus. Down 6.7% into the lowest close of this downtrend. The hope of potentially holding 26 to 27, 2697 or 2600 sats here, just basically it's been thrown out of the window. No hopes of a higher low. Still on a massive downtrend. But today, today closed red, down 0.2%. Into the lowest daily close of the downtrend, printing strong negative momentum in the MACD histogram. We said this, chat, a few weeks ago. You had this hidden bearish divergence already confirmed, starting to play out. Bears are steering control on this downtrend on the daily time frame, according to the oscillators. Let's look at the 3-day. Lowest 3-day close in years, chat, for ETH BTC. Actually, let's see. Lowest 3-day close, chat, since June 2020 for the ETH BTC pair. Printing strong negative momentum in the MACD histogram once again. RSI deeply oversold at around 27 points. Potentially starting to manufacture a bullish divergence here. Not yet, because it can continue bleeding and trending lower. But potentially could give you a higher low here on ETH BTC on the 3-day time frame. Let's look at the 9-day time frame also. Man, 9-day massive bearish engulfing candle, printing strong negative momentum on the MACD. Oversold on the RSI, as oversold as November 2023. Man, ETH BTC has been utterly incinerated. It's destroyed, and it's not showing any signs of a reversal soon. You need some bullish structure. You need high highs and high lows, chat. We've been talking about that. Let's go into the second most important BTC pair right now, in my opinion, which is Sol BTC. It's been bouncing. You entered phase E last week on the sign of weakness breakdown. Remember this wick of distribution. Second schematic, we've been identifying those last point of supply, but basically lower highs than the previous highs, and we were waiting for either the breakdown or the breakout above the upthrust on phase B. And guess what? We got that breakdown, and this is when it gets interesting, because once you get the breakdown from the sign of weakness, that's when you enter phase E, aka the markdown phase, chat. This is only when you confirm distribution. Technically, distribution has been confirmed on Sol BTC. According to Wyckoff, this asset, basically this pair, Solana Sol against BTC, has been distributing for over a year, and now has entered the markdown phase where it loses the most amount of value. So it's not doesn't mean that it's gonna go straight down, but it could like take years and years of bearish price action to lose what it gained on that rapid expansion on late 2023. Is it a certainty that it's gonna play out? No, by any means, Chad. It's just a pattern. Patterns fail all the time. But when you have a daily, time frame over a year of a structured pattern, then sometimes you get, more confident that it could play out. I'm gonna show you this. I know that we've been watching this one. So we may be here too, chat. Like right here. Yeah, this is ETH BTC. It has a different, schematic of a potential distribution, but it had the breakdown, right? It fell below the sign of weakness here. The sign of weakness manufactured on June 2021. It fell below it, but then it did not distribute immediately, right? It went into a short squeeze, right? It made everyone excited about, ETH flipping, BTC, whatever, but ultimately went into a lower high regarding this previous high. So if Sol BTC is going to do the same, then it would do something like this, right? And then distribute. But who knows, Chad? History doesn't repeat, but it often rhymes. So that's why we study patterns and potentially fractals, although patterns are way more effective than fractals, Chad. Way more effective. So that's Sol BTC. Let's look at the other time frames too. Let's see the 3-day on Sol BTC. Oh man, look at that candle on the 3-day time frame. Somewhat of a bearish pin bar with a bearish retest to the automatic response here. But you're losing that negative momentum on the MACD. I'll take that. You have a potential bullish divergence on the MACD actually. Look at that higher low on the histogram and a lower low in price, implying potential seller's exhaustion. And you don't have it on the RSI. On the RSI you have bearish confluence, but that is a nice sign. Let's see the 9-day close. Oh geez. So the lowest 9-day close has been confirmed since November 21st on Sol BTC, chat. If you look at it like this, it looks awful. Looks like it's over. Look at the 9-day, man, on Sol BTC. Has been printing negative momentum for so long, and actually printed the strongest negative momentum you've seen, chat. Jesus Christ. Highest negative momentum on Sol BTC on the 9-day time frame confirmed since July 2022, chat. Since the middle of the bear market. See Sol ETH? Nice. It's nice. So as long as you hold here, so as we were saying, that bearish bat already played out. You had that type 2 return. You went to the target, which is basically the lows of the harmonic. Lows of the harmonic were reached. Then you had this reaction to the upside. And basically on Sol ETH, well, Sol ETH, I mean, it makes sense to look at, but ETH has been so weak that is not as entertaining as before, because a lot of stuff is uptrending against ETH, not just Solana. But just keeping it simple with you guys, you do know what I'm gonna do. If you're a regular here, pretty simple. Basically, you want to stay above that red rectangle or that red box right there, right here. This is the former all-time high from November 2021. Tested as resistance so many times and also held as support. You don't want to see price fall below it because you are at risk of potentially entering this previous range, right? There's a bear market range. So we're above it. Everything's good. You do have a higher low regarding this previous low, so that's also interesting. But let's see more follow through. Like, let's see another higher low than this one, so we can confirm that Sol ETH is still on an uptrend. Let's see the 3-day time frame. 3-day close green, actually pretty decent. A lot of absorption to the upside though, I have to tell you that. And the 9-day, quite a nice recovery after this dump. You're printing strong negative momentum on the MACD. RSI 54, neutral. Let's go see what others against BTC have been doing, chat. Trying to hold 2.8 million. Look at this level right here. Also an inflection zone from history. And if you lose 2.8, man, there's not much left until basically 2 million, 2.05 down here. So it's definitely an area that you want to see, you know, be held by market participants. Regarding the daily time frame, it closed red down. Actually green. Never mind, chat. It's a red color candle, but it was a green, you know, day. Up 3.1% today. Above 2.7 right now. Right there. Hoping it holds. Printing positive momentum. 46 on the RSI. It's neutral. Let's look at the 3-day time frame. On the 3-day, you're losing that negative momentum. You've almost fully reset it on the MACD. RSI at the bearish control zone though at 37. So yeah, is this how a low will be put in? We sure hope so, because to the downside is pretty naughty. The 9-day time frame, nothing burger candle, lowest 9-day close in years, but somewhat of an indecision candle down here. Lowest 9-day close is January 2021. Let me tell you that, Chad. Potential bullish divergence starting to manufacture on the 9-day time frame for others against BTC. Let's look at total 3. Also starting to recover a little bit. Closed green today, up 2.4%, outperforming, you know, BTC and ETH, and actually showing that strength on others against BTC is translated to this 2.4% gain today on total 3. On crypto total market cap excluding BTC and ETH, if you don't know what total 3 is. 3-day also closed in the green. 9-day closed red. Lowest 9-day close since November 11, printing strong negative momentum in the MACD histogram. Man, the 9-day looks grim. Like, if you want to see some scary charts, pull up the higher time frames. Like, go to the weekly, to the 9-day, the 2-week. Which reminds me, like, if you go to the 2-week here, you turn on my Bollinger Band custom indicator. First target of the setup has already been reached, guys. We were talking about this up here. Second target is the lower bands. Of course, that could take some time. You could have an intermediate rally in here before, you know, reaching the lower bands, or you could just you know, grind sideways before reaching, you know, the lower bands. But out of the last 2 times that my indicator has flashed on this time frame on BTC, on both times it went to the lower bands before continuing, you know, continuing the uptrend. Basically, you did have a bounce on late 2021, but it was short-lived, and basically you went to the lower bands either way a few months later. So this is a scary chat, not gonna lie. Also, look at WEF. Man, look at this chart. Oh my god, man. Memes are dead. I've been debating myself whether if the meme coin, you know, craze is over, like the NFT, you know, run happened in 2021, 2022, and then they never came back. Look at the structures. disgusting. Or are we starting to paint somewhat of a bottom? A meme that I don't like as much as a meme, but I do like somewhat the structure right now. Could be Trump at 2.5 billion market cap. Why do I like it? Because it looks a lot like what Solana looks here. So I do want to see a meme that's somewhat reflexive to the layer 1 that's holding it. And you can see how basically you can see the launch here. Trump meme coin is basically, Solana's price action for the past months. A little bit different, give or take, but I want to see reflexivity from memes to the layer 1. Because if you pull up WIF doesn't look anything like the Sol token right now. So I reckon that what I'm trying to say is that I don't want to be positioned on a meme or an AI agent and see Solana trend higher and don't get rewarded by that price action. That correlation on Trump to Sol is actually nice. It's something. It's actually something that you want to see. Okay. This was interesting. XRP dominance. Look at that, man. Higher highs and higher lows. It's an uptrend. Jesus Christ. And let me show you this too on the monthly chat. Look at that. I think I had that level on the weekly. I want to see how I actually created the level. From which time frame did I can't remember right now. It could have been the 2 week. I'm sure it was something like the monthly. Interesting. Either way, if you go to the monthly chat, you see there's somewhat of a reversal zone, support, turn to resistance. We're right against it, chat. We're right against it. We sold off twice against it. Actually, we already sold off against it on March, but it's starting to look somewhat interesting. Look at that Bollinger Band compression, breakout. Continuing to get closest outside of the bands, give or take. And also what looked interesting was, ADA dominance. Man, I can't believe I'm looking at this S coins, but chart's making me do it. This. What if chat? What if we're looking at a reversal pattern on ADA dominance here? An inverse head and shoulders. This could be, your breakout line, your neckline. Right there. You're printing strong positive momentum. You do have 27 more days for the monthly close, but already printing strong positive Momo. RSI 53, actually the highest RSI reading on the monthly since 2021, chat. Bollinger Bands decently compressed. Will ADA be a coin that will be propelled into new highs, or at least get a short squeeze in the foreseeable future? Because Solana, has all that history of scams. The Libra token, the Trump token, the Melania token. It has the unlock, in March. It has the pump fund. They've been selling like crazy. It has the Sol BTC distribution. It has a lot of overhead potential supply. But What's the current supply, you know, potential overhead supply for 8-hour XRP? Right? What else, chat, can we look at? I know some people like Litecoin. Let's pull up Litecoin dominance. Let's pull up the monthly. So the Litecoin dominance doesn't look as good, you know. This looks like you know, your 2024 utility coin, your 2024 BC scam, basically. Every coin, every utility coin that was launched in 2024 looks like this. Even some meme coins. Prove me wrong. So this is the monthly on LTC dominance, already starting to potentially have a bearish engulfing on the previous monthly close. Bowling events are not as compressed, so I think I like more XRP dominance on the monthly, showing more strength, you know, higher highs, or the ADA dominance. See the Sol dominance. I'm not sure if I've ever pulled up this chart. Jesus Christ, bro. Looks awful on the monthly. Looks toppy, right? We've been on crazy market dynamics, so I wouldn't be surprised if basically we're seeing the early stages of ADA and XRP, you know, season rather than Solana season. But I can't believe I'm saying that. See how DeFi. CVMB, man. CC has been quite active on the timeline. Definitely looks stronger than a lot of stuff. But I don't know, man. Not convincing me. Why does TRX continue to go up, man? This, oh my god. TRX just had a 4.9% gain today. Do we have a Tron dominance token? Yeah. Jesus Christ, man. Oh my god, this looks perfect. Look at this inverted in shoulders. Left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder, or deeper right shoulder, still valid. You had that neckline here. Man, Tron dominance looks incredible. You had a bullish engulfing in February. TRX users unaffected, man, or enjoyers, whatever. And if you pull up, you know, like SPA 6900, Harry Potter, Sonic Obama 10, you know, hell, if you even pull up MOG, man, maybe the meme coin season's not over, but maybe it's gonna swap chains. They'll go elsewhere. ENA looking rough. It's because it relies on ETH. Look at Magic Eden, man. 3 consecutive monthly closes on the red. It's hyper liquid. Man, doesn't look that good either. Apparently we're in such rough market conditions that they're gonna pump only things that they have not pumped in 2024, like ADA. Well, XRP did pump in 2024, but they didn't have like such an extended XRP season. Know what I'm saying? Let's pull up Farcoin. Jesus, man. They could be bottoming, like, don't get me wrong, but they gotta do it pretty soon, otherwise it's just gonna continue to, you know, an eternal bleeding. Alright, chat, I've been going live for about an hour. Appreciate every one of you guys tuning in. Remember to click on that like button on your way out, that support the stream, you know, that bell notification button so you know where I'm going live. Remember, on these times in the market where everyone's not interested, when everyone's scared, it's the best time, you know, to learn, to position yourself, to find early gems, right? The timeline is way less noisy than 2 months ago. We don't have any crazy pump funds launching every day, you know, distracting you. So take it take it as it is, Chad. Sometimes we're back even sooner than we expect. So hopefully that will be the case. So this is me tuning out. I'll see you guys next time. Appreciate you guys. Watch out. See you soon.